Long before fish had jaws, before coral reefs hardened into stone, before the land itself learned how to breathe, there was movement in the water. Slow, delicate, almost plant-like. On the floor of ancient seas, creatures rose upward, anchored to the sediment, arms extended into the current. They did not chase. They did not hunt. They waited. Among them were the ancestors of the feather star. Today, they are known as crinoids, animals so old that the basic form predates dinosaurs by hundreds of millions of years. To encounter one is not simply to see a marine organism, but to witness a memory. The feather star does not look like an animal shaped by struggle. Its arms radiate outward like petals. Its movement is gentle. Its presence seems decorative, almost ornamental. But appearances deceive. The feather star is not passive. It is patient. Unlike its stalked relatives, sea lilies anchored permanently to the seafloor, the feather star is free. It can crawl. It can cling. It can even swim, briefly, by rhythmically waving its many arms through the water. Each arm branches repeatedly, forming thousands of tiny tube feet. These structures are not for walking. They are for sensing, for feeding, for interpreting the invisible flow of the ocean itself. The feather star feeds on what the sea carries. Plankton, microscopic larvae, organic particles drifting endlessly through the water column. When current moves across a reef, the feather star positions itself carefully. Arms unfurl fully, creating a living net. Tube feet capture particles, passing them along grooves toward a central mouth. There is no head, no brain as we understand it. And yet, there is coordination. The arms respond to flow direction. They close when threatened. They open when conditions are right. This is not intelligence in the human sense, but it is awareness shaped by time. The feather star's body is flexible, jointed, and surprisingly fragile. Arms break easily. Predators bite. Currents snap. But loss is not final. Feather stars regenerate. An arm lost today can grow again. Slowly, deliberately. A reminder that survival does not always require defense. Sometimes it requires recovery. Movement, too, is misunderstood. Most people assume crinoids are fixed, static beings. Plants mistaken for animals. But feather stars contradict this entirely. When disturbed, they detach from their perch and crawl using small hooked appendages called cirri. If danger persists, they swim. The swimming is awkward but effective. Arms beat in coordinated waves, lifting the animal off the substrate. It drifts upward, away from threat, before settling once more. This ability has kept feather stars alive while entire lineages vanished. Mass extinctions erased countless species. Oceans warmed, cooled, acidified. Continents shifted. Reefs collapsed and reformed. The feather star remained, not unchanged, but recognizable. Its skeleton, made of calcite plates, is both strength and vulnerability. Fossilized crinoids fill limestone formations around the world. Entire ancient seabeds turned into stone forests of broken arms and stalks. These fossils tell a story of abundance. Crinoids once dominated the seas. Today, they are quieter. They hide among coral branches. They emerge at night. Many species avoid daylight entirely, unfurling only under cover of darkness to feed when predators are fewer. Night reveals them. Under moonlit water, feather stars bloom. Arms spread wide, colors intensify, reds, yellows, purples impossible to imagine in daylight. The reef transforms, and the feather star feeds. It does not hurry. It does not pursue. It trusts the ocean to bring what it needs. This trust is not naive. It is ancient wisdom. To understand the feather star fully, one must abandon the idea that progress in nature always moves toward complexity, speed, or dominance. The feather star represents a different path. Persistence. Crinoids emerged in an ancient ocean unlike anything alive today. Oxygen levels were unstable, predators were fewer, but environmental upheavals were constant. In that world, survival favored organisms that could endure change rather than resist it. The feather star's evolutionary strategy was never about force. It was about positioning. By lifting its feeding arms into moving water, the feather star turned the ocean itself into a delivery system. It did not need to chase food. Food came to it. This relationship between animal and environment is one of the oldest in marine history. Even today, this strategy remains effective. On coral reefs and rocky slopes, feather stars select locations with precision. They choose heights where currents are strongest but turbulence is manageable. They orient their arms upstream, maximizing contact with nutrient-rich flow while minimizing energy loss. This behavior is not conscious. It is inherited, a memory encoded in structure rather than thought. Despite lacking a centralized brain, the feather star coordinates thousands of tube feet simultaneously. Chemical signals travel through its nerve net, allowing arms to react as a unit. When touched, they curl inward instantly. When current shifts, they reposition gradually. It is slow awareness, not reflexive panic, but measured response. Predators are numerous. Fish bite at exposed arms. Sea urchins graze carelessly. Crabs tear. Even starfish, distant relatives, prey upon them. In these encounters, the feather star does not fight. It yields, arms detach, sacrificing parts to save the whole. This strategy, known as autotomy, is costly but effective. The predator leaves with a fragment. The feather star survives and regenerates. Time is on its side. Regeneration is not rapid. It unfolds over weeks or months. New arms grow segment by segment, calcified plates forming carefully. During this period, feeding efficiency is reduced, yet the animal endures. Endurance defines it. Many species of feather stars are nocturnal. During daylight, they remain hidden, arms folded tightly against the body, tucked into crevices or coral branches. At night, they emerge. Darkness reduces predation risk. Plankton increases. The reef changes character. Under artificial light, divers sometimes witness this transformation. Feather stars unfurl like underwater fireworks, colors intensifying under moonlit water. What appeared lifeless hours before becomes animated, flowing, alive. In these moments, the feather star resembles a flower only superficially. It is not rooted. It is not passive. It is feeding. Its role in the ecosystem is subtle but profound. By filtering plankton, feather stars help regulate microscopic populations. They convert drifting organic matter into biomass that feeds predators higher up the chain. They are connectors. Energy from open water becomes part of the reef. Without such filter feeders, nutrient flow would slow. Productivity would decline. Reefs would become less resilient. This contribution often goes unnoticed because it lacks drama. There is no chase, no kill, no spectacle, just constant, quiet processing of the sea. The feather star has survived every major marine extinction event since its origin. Ice ages, warming periods, acidification, low oxygen zones. Each time, populations shrank, adapted, returned. This survival is not luck. It is design shaped by time. Yet modern threats are different. Pollution clouds water, disrupting feeding. Sedimentation buries habitats. Climate change alters currents and plankton availability. Reefs themselves weaken. The feather star does not migrate far. It depends on local conditions. When those conditions collapse, its ancient strategy falters. In this way, feather stars are indicators. Their presence signals healthy flow. Their absence warns of imbalance. They do not announce this role. They simply respond. As the current passes once more over the reef, the feather star spreads its arms. Thousands of tube feet open to the water. Particles collide, adhere, move inward. Life continues, not loudly, not urgently, but steadily. The feather star does not belong to the present moment alone. It carries the imprint of oceans long gone. In its form is a record of patience, of survival through yielding rather than resistance. It is not a flower. It is not a relic. It is an animal that remembers how the sea once worked, and, quietly, still does.